Hi guys, Archie Luxury channel, and today I've got an urgent paid review to do here. This has come in from Ralph. Dear Archie, this is an urgent paid review which I want you to put on your Archie Luxury channel due to the fact that you normally put these on the Paul Pluta channel. I'm happy to pay extra, a lot extra, but you, big boy, need to do this review immediately. Drop everything and do this review for me. $100 sent to you now. Please keep my surname anonymous, as your audience are a bunch of nasty fuckers. Simply refer to me as Ralph. Archie, can you please explain why your Patek Philippe World Time is so valuable compared to another watch I'm looking at? I am looking for a horology brand and came across some really inexpensive Holy Trinity members. I came across an Audemars Piguet day-date moon phase, and this watch is about 1/5 the price of the Patek Philippe World Time 5110 that you own. Can you please explain why this is the case? Is your Patek Philippe 5110 5 times the watch as these Audemars Piguet day-date dress watches? Why is the price differential so much? Is the AP a shitter, or are they in the same league? Please make this video immediately, and do not reveal my surname. Okie dokie. Kind regards, Ralph. Okay, thank you, Ralphie. Thank you very much there. Very interesting question. This is a very interesting question. So basically, he's asking about my World Time, which is a watch that I really do love. That is my Patek Philippe 5110. 5110. This is a Grand Classique from Patek Philippe. It's a complication. It's a World Time, which Patek is probably most famous for adopting this type of movement. It's quite nicely done. Display back with the classic Patek 240 movement. That's Patek's high-end automatic movement. That same movement is used in the Patek Perpetual calendar. Now, the question is, what's this sort of watch here? Why is this watch here so much more expensive than an Audemars Piguet day-date dress watch? This is an interesting question, and I gotta tell you the truth there. I have been amazed at some of the AP prices for dress watches. And this is many years ago. I had an Audemars Piguet dress watch. It was a manual wind. It was the ultra thin, one of the thinnest movements from AP's repertoire. Manual wind. It was a basically minute and hour two-hand watch, and I actually bought that piece for under $2,000 US, and I think I sold it for about $2,000 US. And the question is it a shitter? Is it not? Well, it's an AP. So that the real question is, why is there such a differential? That's a really good question. And it's quite a complex answer. The reason for it is, of course, is that you've got to look at the two brands. At the end of the day, Patek Philippe is the premium Holy Trinity member. Patek Philippe watches themselves there are a lot more desirable than similar Vacheron or Audemars Piguet pieces. In fact, many years ago when I acquired my Patek Philippe 5035 annual calendar, at the same time I bought my Patek for about $5,000 cheaper. I could have got a Vacheron Constantine perpetual calendar. That's right. So it was a perpetual calendar Vacheron Constantine, $5,000 cheaper than I paid for an annual calendar Patek 5035. Why is that so? Why is it so? And the reason for it is that you've got to look at the brands. Now, with Audemars Piguet themselves they have really become a one-trick pony in recent years. Audemars Piguet themselves have really they've really ditched their thin dress watches. They've really gone solely into Royal Oaks. That's really their cup of tea. Royal Oak, the classic Royal Oak, the 15300, the 15400, the 15202 plus chronographs, and they've also gone for the Royal Oak offshore. They got the offshore diver and the offshore chronograph. So Audemars Piguet themselves really are a one-trick pony. They've gone away from conservative dress watches. The other issue is that as far as many of these pieces go, they have very expensive servicing costs. So the second-hand price is reflected in the fact that AP will really squeeze you. It's like buying a second-hand V12 BMW. There's a good reason that model is cheap on the used market, and that's because it's so expensive to service. The other thing is just a matter of coolness. If you look at a Patek and you compare it to an AP, there are certain intrinsic values on the Patek that the AP and Vacheron simply do not have. It's a frightening reminder that if you want classic dress watches, Patek is really the leader in the range there. Now, the question is, why is the Patek why is my World Time so much more expensive than an Audemars Piguet day date? And there's a number of reasons for this. The World Time is a really desirable complication. This is quite an expensive complication. It gives you the time in all time zones, and by pressing this lever here, this button, you can change the time zone to display that time. So that is quite a difficult complication to have there. So we're comparing a much more complicated watch to a lesser complication, the day date complication. Although it's got the two eyes and the moon phase, it's not in the same league as a world time complication. The other big problem with the Audemars Piguet is that these models, these day dates, come from a period in time when small and thin was really in. The Patek Philippe World Time came out as a 37mm watch. This was the early 2000s that Patek released this, and the sizing It took a 20mm strap across, and it had crown guards, a big crown. It was very tastefully done. So even though it's 37mm, it actually wears bigger. So with Audemars Piguet, the piece is 33mm. Those 4mm make a huge difference to the wearability of this watch. A 33mm watch in modern standard is really a lady size. The watch is quite masculine, so it's not really acceptable for a lady to wear it. It looks like an old men's watch. So the size factor is a big killer. If you have a look at some of the auctions for very, very valuable wristwatches like Pateks, Vacherons and APs, it's always the oversized ones, 40mm, that get huge money, because at that time it was fashionable to be smaller. The reason why a Patek Philippe World Time is 5 times the price of a day date is a number of factors. Number one, Patek Philippe is a stronger brand than Audemars Piguet. The only Audemars Piguet models that are really, really desired are Royal Oaks. So for classic dress watches, Audemars Piguet has turned its back on that market. Number two reason is that the Patek Philippe World Time is a very complicated complication compared to a much simpler complication. The third point is the size. The Patek World Time is 37mm, whereas the Audemars Piguet day date is 33mm. It's oh so small. As far as the saleability goes, the World Time is also very iconic. It's such a cool complication. Whereas the Audemars Piguet day date moon phase, yes, it's cool. Yes, it's nice. It's not in the same league as a Patek Philippe World Time. These are very, very important factors. Why is this watch 5 times the price of an AP? It's due to many, many factors. The AP itself there is like driving around in an old Rolls Royce, like say a 1970s Silver Shadow. Yes, it's a prestigious name, but very expensive repairs, very dated, and very limited market for that sort of genre. At the end of the day, is it a bad watch? No, it's quite a nice watch. The AP day date is a great watch, but it's 1/5 of the price of the World Time. And yes, you could have 5 Audemars Piguet 33mm dress watches for the price of one World Time. It's 1/5 of the price, but it's still a really cool watch. Let's take a look on Chrono and compare the market. Okay, let's take a look at Chrono 24 and let's see what Audemars Piguet day dates are going for. Very interesting. If we search for Audemars Piguet day dates, we've got starting at $5,000. That's a 33mm yellow gold, quite nice. Ralph was actually inquiring about a day date moon phase. Here's one for $5,700. That looks quite presentable. US, a dealer in America. $5,700. This is quite a presentable watch there. Quite thin. The nice condition. Nice condition. Let's see. It's really nice to get the AP buckle. If you are buying one of these, try and get the AP buckle because it is absolutely very, very expensive to get. This has got a really nice, the best thing about these watches is if you get a really thin AP leather strap, like a crocodile strap there. So this is quite an interesting piece. If we look at it, we can see it's 33 mil. As I mentioned to you, the size problem, this one here is mentioned as unisex. Yeah, that's the problem. These are really a men's watch, which in modern context, they're really they're very, very small by modern standards. So that's a AP day date moon phase. The other interesting thing is, if we really want the cheapest AP watch, if we go for an Audemars Piguet, if we just search Audemars Piguet, the cheapest AP, let's see what we get coming up here. Search by price, low to high. Much cheaper would be the manual wind type pieces. Look at this here. These are manual wind type pieces, which are very, very, how would you put this? Here we go. Here's a square one, $2,000. This is similar to the one I had, $2,285. This is in Germany. Again, this is actually a 36 mil. Look at this, 36 mil, $2,285. It's just a service pouch. It doesn't have box with it there. Not sure about that crown on that. Oh, the crown could be okay. It's got a non-AP buckle. Similar movement to what I had in my AP. Yeah, it's still a bit small. 36 mil. It's a manual wind. Very plain Jane type piece there. There are some really interesting pieces from AP at really bang per buck. Hey, there's that Meridian. That's the ladies' watch I've got there. $2,500. Yep, they're quite good bang per buck, I must say. An ultra thin here has a two-hand one, 26.48. So you can see there are some fantastic bang per buck bargains with AP. This also happens if you look at Vacheron themselves there. If we look for the cheapest Vacheron, I think Vacheron is probably a smidgen above AP as far as quality goes. We've got inexpensive Vacherons from $2,000. Let's have a look here. What do we got? There's a quite nice one with oh, that's a quartz. Ooh, yuck. As you can see, there's some really quite nice Vacherons. Here's a similar one. I had a 6405. Look at this here. This is quite delightful. What reference is this here? 6405, same as I had there, $2,500. So there are some really good bargain buys in this price point. Now, if we take a sticky beak at a Patek Philippe 5110, let's have a look. The world time, what are they going for? We'll search for the low to high, and you can see here the cheapest world time you'll get is $21,000. So that piece there, I believe, is without papers. This one is without papers here. With a piece of this standing here, it's very, very good to have papers with it. Govberg's got one, $23,000, just under 23,000. This watch does not come with box or papers. Okay, you find that box and papers can make a bit of a difference. Has one 23.5, and it's actually got an extract. It doesn't even have papers as such. Papers is going to add a bit more to the price here. So You can see 20,000 is a piece without papers. This is a piece with an extract, not with the papers. The papers themselves there. Let's have a look. What do we got to spend to get papers here? Let's have a look. Here's another Cape Town one. This is same buyer. They've got the cheapest one, but this here is a box and papers bundle, just like mine. $26,000 US. $26,000 US. So that's what you need to spend to get a world time. I mean, it's basically, these are very, very, world times have gone up in price. A box paper's nice, really, really sharp, nice example. You're going to be paying 25. Okay, you could cut a few corners if you don't have the right buckle and you don't have papers or a box. 20,000, so 20 to 25,000 US dollars. So to conclude there, why is the Patek world time 5 times the price of a dress watch AP? And it's really to do with demand. The demand for these midget-sized APs is pretty slim. They are a reasonable watch. They're a great watch. They're a nice watch. They're great bang per buck. But the reason a world time is 5 times the price is because there's a demand for it. Supply and demand. There are also some really great cars on the market there. Why don't you have a look at a 15-year-old Maserati, a 10-year-old 7 Series BMW? They are also cheap. Cheap for a good reason. But I think the AP is a great watch. The AP Day Date is a great watch. It's a bit small. Well, it's too bloody small. It is very, very small. I think the smart money, if you really want a high-end dress watch, would be a perpetual calendar AP. Double 10,000, around that mark there, you'll get a 36mm perpetual calendar. That's where I'd be looking if you want a cheap horology piece. I'm Archie Luxury, loving my world time. I love my world time. Tell me what you guys think. Do you prefer the world time or do you prefer the AP midget size 33mm day date? See you later. Hi guys, Archie Luxury channel. Guys, I want to talk to you today. It's very, very important. Men cannot live on Google ads alone. I depend on your support to keep me on YouTube full time. Guys, there's a number of ways you can help me stay on YouTube producing content. Number 1, you can organize a paid review. That's right. I will make a video for US $20 minimum and I will review your collection. I'll answer a question for you. So, normally takes about 14 days, 10 to 14 days for me to make these vids. The other thing you could do to sponsor me and help me stay full-time on YouTube is sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay a small amount of money, like $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, anything, any amount you want over $1, you can, and it basically sends $1 each month to me. Now you can cancel at any time if you're sick of the show or you don't like me anymore. So guys, help keep me full-time on YouTube. Paid reviews, I do. Sponsor me on Patreon, and Patreon people get advanced screening of some videos and secret videos. Not to mention, I got advertising space on the fridge. Come on, guys, keep me full-time on YouTube.
Okay.